Good evening and welcome to another edition of the HCC Experience. It's an opportunity for us at Hutchinson Community College to talk about some of the exciting programs that are happening at Hutchinson Community College, and also to introduce to you some of the faculty and staff that we have on campus and some of the exciting things they're doing. This evening's guest is Travis Boo, and Travis is the director of the Physical Therapy Assistant Program. It is a relatively new program we have at Hutchinson Community College. We're in our second class of physical therapy assistant. Kind of talk to our viewers a little bit about what the physical therapy assistant program is, what a person has to do to become involved in it, what the employability skills are, all those types of things about the physical therapy assistant area.
Well, first of all, it is a new program. A program that is brought forth because of the need in the healthcare community. Brought forth the idea of having a physical therapy assistant program. We are now one of 5 programs in the state. When we started the program, we were one of 4. So it's a program that has started well before I came along, as far as the beginning stages and trying to get it up and getting it approved through the state process. And so when I came into the program in '08. We were charged with getting the program up and going, figuring the policies and the procedures, and trying to get the curriculum in place. And shortly thereafter, Dana Douglas joined the staff, and it's been definitely a team effort to get this program up and going and to receive full accreditation. And the need for physical therapy, and what physical therapy is a service that is provided and as part of the team of healthcare collaboration, where anytime an individual suffers from an injury or a debilitating condition such as a stroke or arthritis or motor vehicle accident, physical therapy comes into play. And our goal is to provide services that allow them to become functional again, allow them to get back to their daily routines, whether it's working, whether it's playing sports, whether it whatever their daily activity was prior to the injury or the condition that resulted in their limitations. We are in like Dr. Berger said, we are in the second year of the program. We've had great success as far as numbers that have applied to the program. The first year we had 37 apply for the program. The second year we had 96 apply for the program.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize we'd had that many the second year.
Yeah, so it was, and those were actually 96 qualified applicants that met the standards of getting into the program. We are currently in the admission process for our third year. The plan is to start a new class or new cohort of students every fall. It's a 12-month program that once prerequisites are met, or the general education classes are met, and you're accepted into the program, it is a 12-month. You start in August and we'll finish the following August with an Associate of Applied Science that allows for a person to sit for a certification examination that is accepted nationwide. So it's a great employment opportunity, not only for the area, but for anyone that may be moving on and going to other parts of the country. So,
you mentioned accreditation. I know most of our allied health programs have some kind of standard for accreditation. How rigorous is that, and how tough is it in physical therapy especially to get that accreditation credential? And do all the programs in Kansas have that standard?
Yes, all the physical therapy and physical therapist assistant programs have. We are accredited by the same organization, Commission on Accreditation of Physical Therapy Education. So it's a national accrediting agency that's recognized by all the authorities in education. And so to be able to provide a degree in either physical therapy or as a physical therapist or physical therapist assistant, you must receive this accreditation. as far as the process goes, it was really a two-step process. First, we had to present our information and our goals and our game plan, so to say, that showed them that we were progressing in a way that would allow us to provide this type of education in an efficient manner that met the standards of the accreditor. At that point in time, they called that candidacy. We received candidacy in January of 2010, and February of 2010 we began our first program. Our first program went through it. It was a little bit different. It was about a year and a half long because of some summer breaks and trying to get everything through accreditation, and they graduated in April of 2011, and also in April 2011 is when we got our full accreditation. Accreditation basically is not an unusual experience for many of the allied health programs. We all have to adhere to certain standards, the expectations that when students come out of our programs that they are going to be able to safely perform any of the interventions, any of the processes that we teach them to the patients in the community. So it's a very vigorous process that is a good process because you don't want just anybody coming out there saying that they know what they're doing and anybody can be a PTA. So it's many times you wonder if the need for this type of vigorous accreditation is needed, but ultimately you look at it and you want these students to be prepared when they go out into the workforce.
You know, when you look at the physical therapy assistant program and the graduates, where do they go to work at, Travis? Who hires our people when they complete the program? Well,
there's many different settings, and that's what a wonderful part of being a physical therapy assistant is. There's an area for many different interests. You've got your home health, where you go into actual people's homes and provide services there. You've got your inpatient services in the hospitals and the small community hospitals all the way up to the larger regional hospitals, as well as outpatient physical therapy services. We also have school setting that in the state of Kansas, physical therapy is mandatory to provide services to children with either developmental delays or neurological conditions that affect their learning situation. So there's that area, as well as you can definitely specialize in pediatrics or women's health or orthopedics, and so there's many different opportunities. Our first class that graduated, we graduated 20 students in April of 2011. Of those looking for the jobs, one of them I didn't mention was nursing homes or the skilled nursing care centers.
That's mandatory and it's provided for, I believe, by Medicare typically in those facilities?
Yes, if they are a skilled type facility, then that is one way that is one services that is needed to be able to get reimbursement. So,
Travis, when looking at the number of applicants we have, how rigorous is it to get into the program? How many hoops does a person have to jump through to, you say you have 90 applicants for a program, you have room for 20. How difficult is that, and what should a person prepare for if they're wanting to become a physical therapy assistant?
Mm-hmm. Well, when we were first designing our admission process, I looked at several different schools, and the application process varied from school to school. Our accreditation agency doesn't necessarily specify how you do it, but it ranges from first come, first served to all the way to what more like our process, which is we look at prerequisite courses, which is our general education courses that are required to be part of the program. We look at the GPA with that. We require the students to to go out into the community to the different settings and actually obtain 25 to 50 hours of observation hours. That's a way of allowing the students prior to entering a program like ours to really see what's out there and what are the opportunities, and maybe decide, yes, this is really what I want, or well, maybe this isn't exactly what I wanted. So it's a way of giving them a preview of what's in store for them after graduation. The other piece is we require 3 reference letters from anywhere from coaches to former instructors, current instructors, employers, whoever it might be, and we rate those reference letters and based on the prerequisite GPA, and we only look at the GPA of the prerequisite courses. We don't look at, if somebody comes to us with a bachelor's degree, we don't look at all 160, 170 hours GPA, because I felt this was an opportunity. We have a lot of students that are coming back to school, maybe seeking a second career or third career, whatever that may be. With the economy the way it is, we have a lot of students coming back to school, and so at the very least, if they have no education or maybe limited education, that maybe they weren't as successful as they would want it to be, they can spend a year, get the prerequisite classes, get their GPA where they would like it to be, and then apply to the program. So I think it provides an opportunity to allow for those second chances for people coming back into a new career. So based on the GPA of the prerequisites, the observation, how many observation hours they have, as well as the reference letters, then we interview the top 40, and then we add those scores together, and we accept 20 to 24 students each, or have been for the previous 2 years. So,
part of the responsibility that you have is getting these students clinical sites. Is that a difficult type of task for you, to make sure those students have adequate clinical experience before they complete the program?
Absolutely. Our students are required to go through a total of 15 hours or 15 weeks of clinical experience, and that's 8 to 5, typically Monday through Friday, at either hospitals, outpatients, home health, whatever type of settings there are, and being able to locate. There's a lot of interested clinics, hospitals, places that offer physical therapy services to provide that clinical experience. However, we do compete with other programs such as Wichita State's physical therapy program, as well as the Colby, Leavitt County now has a physical therapy assistant program, as well as other KU's physical therapist program. So clinical sites, it is a very difficult process, and Dana Douglas is our clinical coordinator for that, works many hours trying to accommodate, because even though we have contracts with many clinical facilities, each year we have to send out a proposal and ask, are you available? And sometimes we get great responses, and sometimes we have to kind of search for more and more. And so
I get all those clinical agreements that come across my desk that we sign off on, and certainly I think it's very generous on the part of the facility to provide the clinical experience. Of course, it's very important for us to provide them the kind of physical therapy practitioners that they want. So it's kind of hand in glove, isn't it?
Absolutely, and the clinical experience can definitely be, in a way, a working interview for our students. If they find a good match while they're in their clinical rotations, then it may end up being a future job placement. Currently, right now, many of our and we attempt to keep all our students within driving distance of Hutchinson, Wichita area. So a lot of our clinicals are Wichita, Newton, McPherson, Great Bend. We've got Dodge City, Lyons, because we try to make it as as easily accessible, because these students, if they were having to travel and actually find a new place to stay for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, it adds to their overall cost. Now, however, we do have the opportunity, if students have relatives or places that they may want to go to visit, we can definitely set up clinicals. Last year we had a student that went to Utah.
Really?
A student that also went to, I believe, it was Pennsylvania. So we do have that opportunity to be able to place students anywhere in the nation, including, Hawaii. So I would probably have to go visit them.
I think so.
If
yes.
we place
You might
somebody
need somebody
there.
to come to you, Travis.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'd have to adjust the budget that way.
Travis, you talked about these students going nationwide, and there is a certification exam, I assume, for the person. And after they have that certification, that's a portable credential that can be taken any place. What's our pass rate?
Right now, we've only had one class that has finished, and our overall pass rate is 85% of our students pass the national certification. So
is that a good pass rate, or is
that is definitely up there in the nation. I believe that it's, the last I looked, I think nationally anywhere above 80% is a good. However, we are looking at ways to improve that.
Sure.
Ultimately, we would love to have 100%. We do bring in an outside agency that helps our students prepare for that testing date. It's a little bit different this year. Last year, the students had to wait till after they graduated to take the exam. This year, because of changes in how they administer the testing, students will actually be taking the test while they're in their clinicals.
Oh.
And so they'll take a day off of clinicals, take the test. They'll find out within a week whether or not they pass. So they'll actually come back here and finish their clinicals, either one, very happy because they've passed it on the first time, or maybe in a position.
You mentioned first time. How many times can a person take the exam?
In the state of Kansas, it differs from state to state, but in the state of Kansas, a student can take it up to 3 times within 1 year. And then at that point in time, then they would have to wait a year from the first time they took the test. We did have a couple students that needed to retake it. We offered some one-on-one sessions, visited with them, asked what we could do to assist them, and it helped those couple students. So and also have offered. Unfortunately, we did have a couple that have not passed it yet, and we have offered them to come back to this program that we're offering that prepares the students for the testing. So we're offering that up to them. So
I think we'll take a break now and come back with Travis Boo. Have a few more questions about the physical therapy assistant program at Hutchinson Community College, but it gives us a chance to see some of the other programs that are growing and thriving at Hutchinson Community College. Welcome back to the HCC Experience. I'm Ed Berger, president of Hutchinson Community College, and this is our weekly show that we have a chance to acquaint the community with some of the outstanding people and programs we have at the college. This evening's guest is Travis Boo, and Travis is the director of the Physical Therapy Assistant Program at Hutchinson Community College, and that program is located in what I guess everybody in this community knows as the Quest Center, which is at 9th and Main. You might talk a little bit about the location of the program in this building, and maybe a little bit of what the vision is for the Quest Center, because last December the college did buy the Quest Center, and we'll use it for other allied health programs. Tell a little bit about your presence in the Quest Center, how that's working out, and how it will work to have a renovated center that you'll be in.
Well, we're very excited about the purchase of the Quest Center. It has definitely met our needs to our present situation. We want to, I guess, a good problem to have is the college is running out of space, usable space. I think it speaks highly of the new programs that we've started and the college has started and been able to provide to the community. And so to be able to locate close to our current allied health building, which is Davis Hall, was a definite benefit to be able to lease space very close by, allowed for collaboration with the different faculty from the different programs, and now that Hutchinson Community College has purchased the Quest Center, I'm really looking forward to the changes and the renovations, and also bringing in some of the other allied health programs into the building that will definitely just add to that campus experience over at 9th and Main or 9th and Walnut, whatever the address ends up being.
Some of viewers might not understand that the college owns the Davis Hall, and Davis Hall is at 9th and Walnut, and that is just a block to the east of Main Street. And that's where we have our nursing program, that's where we have our Surg Tech program, that's where we have our radiology program, and where we have Radio Kansas. I think those are the only programs in that building. And again, they've grown significantly, and there's some growing pains. In fact, we had to move Health Information Technology Center over to main program over to main campus, and that Health Information Technology program is certainly something that has a national constituency. So all those factors are in play, and looking down the line, I think if we have a timeline for renovation to begin with the Quest Center, the faculty have reviewed the plans developed by the architects. Those plans have been tweaked, and now they will go to the Board of Trustees for their review. And the Board of Trustees, of course, will take a look at the configuration and take into consideration all the economics that have to go with a project like this, and also the exterior changes. And then when they approve those plans, the architects will develop construction drawings, and then we're not very far from going out to bid. And hopefully we'll have those bids back by probably July or August and be able to start the project. I don't think it's going to be a very long-term project because you already have the shell in place, but certainly the changes are going to be dramatic.
Yeah. Well, just being able to provide I mean, it definitely shows the overall commitment of the college and to its allied health programs, and trying to become the centers of excellence that we strive for on a daily basis. Being able to, Davis Hall, like you had mentioned, has been part of Hutchinson Community College for...
I think we bought that in about 1978.
Okay.
And initially we just put the nursing program in there and radiology, and then we moved the retired senior volunteer program into that facility in the early 80s. That had been on 11th Street. And then, of course, we added a Surg Tech program, and that's in the basement of that building. Radio Kansas is on the 3rd floor of that building.
And currently, the Quest Center, don't know the future name of it, but currently houses both our physical therapy assistant program as well as our new respiratory therapy program that just began this semester, I guess. So and being able to provide a campus experience that allows all the allied health programs to be in one area, and the potential for collaboration with all the programs and providing the optimal experience for our students is, I'm really looking forward to that opportunity. So,
I think part of the vision of the department chairs is to have at least maybe one, maybe two rooms that will be something of a model hospital approach, so that when we have all these programs, they can be working as a team.
Absolutely.
And it was their sense that it's not a very realistic environment when you have all programs operating in silos. Because in the real world, you have all the techs working together. You have nurses working with radiologists. You have radiologists working with physical therapists, and all across the board. So that gives a chance for that strong interchange. And I think when you look at our programs, we have virtually all of the technical programs in allied health. So what a great environment for that to take place.
Absolutely, and that's one of those things where especially in today's healthcare, the team approach is essential to providing efficient, optimal care to all of our patients. So the interaction between the surge tech program, the physical therapist assistant, nursing, the physicians, and all those, the radiology program, it really does. It will provide our students with that opportunity to practice that and interact with one another prior to actually going out into the workforce, and that'll be an area that I think will only benefit our students as they graduate.
We talk a lot about some recession-proof types of occupations, and you always say nursing and welding are great examples of that, but I think a lot of the allied health programs are great examples of those recession-proof types of careers, where a person can go into them and have some confidence that there's not going to be, there might be a minor turn back once in a while, but long term there's always going to be demand for healthcare professionals.
Absolutely, and at times it can be cyclical, like you said. Certain professions sometimes will take a little dip here and there, but then typically, unfortunately, there's no way of keeping everybody healthy. All of us try to work ourselves out of a job, but unfortunately, there's going to with our population being out, I mean the average age is increasing. The ability to for patients to be able to receive the health care at a longer age, where we have the technology that's out there that keeps people alive after motor vehicle accidents, and there are opportunities out there. So as far as being recession-proof, yeah, I believe many of our programs definitely fall into that category.
Travis, it's been great having you as a guest on the HCC Experience, learning more about the physical therapy assistant program at Hutchinson Community College. And if our viewers want to contact you, best way is just go to Travis or Boo, B-O-O. Go ahead and give your email address.
My actual email address is...
And now they can find you on the website.
Is our actual website. There's a lot of information available on the website, as well as the current application. The website is www.hutchcc.edu/PTA, and that'll take you directly to our website. You can definitely email me personally at booet@hutchcc.edu, or we have a email that you can, it's pta@hutchcc.edu, and that will go to the department, and we'll be able to reply with that as well. So,
Travis, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank our viewers for being with us this evening. And we look forward to seeing you again next week with another edition of the HCC Experience.